state share both?
No.
If we get this 5.6, what you said, if the state pays 17%, or they should pay 30%, and if they were giving us more funding, we'd still have to come up with our 70%. We'd have to come up with more funding, right?
To the earlier question, general transportation aids were set up originally to be 30% of costs for counties.
Yeah.
Today's general transportation aids for La Crosse County are between 17 and 18%. It's been a steady decrease in time. Best case scenario, the state steps in and fixes the general transportation aid situation. We're talking about $1.5 million. It does not fix the problem.
We still gotta come up with our share, but I'm saying if we get this thing, are we gonna pay our share and the state share in some of these road projects?
General transportation aids is again a statutory thing. It's already set up on how that gets split up and everything else. So at this point, based on current law and policy and administrative code, my answer would be no. We're taking care of La Crosse County, and the state
We'll be paying 83% and they'll give us 17%.
which is where it is.
Wait,
statewide
that's
right
right.
now.
Right now.
Right, okay, we're not paying their 17% then.
We are not noticed to have public input, and I apologize. We put this on as a workshop,
Is
so
there a
we can
question?
definitely, when we're done, you
Okay.
can definitely ask questions, and I apologize for that. We just said workshop, and I didn't think about public input, so I apologize for that. But when we're done, fire away, Phil. So, are there anything else that you thought of that needs to be added to the quadrant? Any other questions? Any other information that you're gonna want February 13th, when we talk about the voter education plan? Sharon?
What is our timeline? Say we discuss it on February 13th. Then it goes to the state, they may or may not okay it, an exception. Then it comes back to us and we vote.
Can I also add timeline for the referendum
Yes.
and timeline for the entire process? Okay? Yeah, we can estimate that, right? I mean, we know that the reason that it's on the April 4th ballot is this was our one opportunity for this legislative cycle. So we can definitely make some estimates about what we think that time frame will be. Other information that you, Maureen?
Oh, I'm just thinking about
Yeah,
that
sure.
road infrastructure. Again, the problem with that is that the statute does allow more than just road infrastructure. When it gets into convention centers and parking lots and all of that,
Fire trucks.
the issue gets muddy. Now, we know we need this for road infrastructure and not parking lots and convention centers. So how do we convey that, I think, is important to say what our particular use is, even more so than just what the statute allows.
In particular, most of that list, we don't do. We don't operate a convention center.
Right.
We don't.
We don't have fire departments.
We don't have a fire
Yeah.
department. I mean, there are things that are listed there that counties just don't do,
Okay,
and in particular our county.
okay, well, that's part of the education.
Beaches.
Beaches.
We sold our parking lot to build the new development, so.
That's
How
because the states
short-sighted
that got are
was.
all municipalities.
Right,
Right.
and we're included in the definition, but we're the first county to consider it.
Anything else you can think of that you will want to know or have questions that you have that you want to have answers to for the February planning meeting?
So we're basically asking the state to change the law?
No, we're asking the state to give us an exemption under the existing law, because the current law says if you are at that 40% threshold, that tourism and related businesses represent as a percentage of your equalized value, we could do this on our own. Because we fall below that, well below that, we would be seeking an exemption and asking the legislature to declare us a premier resort area without having hit that 40%, which is also allowed under those statutes.
So it's not legal
It's
for
not a
us to
change.
do it now?
We have to get authority to do it.
And is this gonna start
Within the
a
existing
rush
law.
of other counties to try to do this as well?
No idea.
Other people have already done it and gotten.
Yeah,
Municipalities
I understand,
have, not
municipalities,
counties.
people
Yeah.
that fell within the guidelines of the existing.
No, nobody,
Nobody asked?
only the Dells and Lake Delton, who were the authors of the state statute 18 years ago, 19, 20 years ago, they're the only municipality that currently has this designation that is at or above the 40%.
So
All
Ryan
the
Ranger
others,
achieved this exception,
right, they asked for, everybody else got an exemption.
and how close relative to us were they in the
There-
caps?
I think the highest was in the 21%, something, some 20s,
Mid-20s.
mid-20s% was the closest any of the current municipalities, with the exception of Lake Delton and Mid-Dells.
I'm just trying to gauge the likelihood that we go through this and then get told by the state no.
Yeah,
That's certainly a possibility.
No.
What percentage are we at?
we're at 5.4.
Oh.
City of La Crosse is at 5.86%.
Maybe six.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're
I
way-
just
Well,
worried, I just wanna go on record, I'm worried if we're gonna get turned down, then we're gonna look pretty bad to the constituents that we've spent a lot of time and effort doing this. You know,
Remember, when this came up as an option during budget, and it got brought back up, one of the reasons you put it on as an advisory was to find out the sense of the public. And that the legislature is not gonna look at this if you don't get an advisory referendum. If we just passed the original resolution and asked for legislative authority without the public weighing in, this wouldn't have gone anywhere. If the public weighs in and votes no, it's not going anywhere. I mean, those are the steps that the other communities have done, which is why you added this that night, was to have an advisory referendum. It doesn't commit you, it doesn't commit the state, it says, look at it further.
And remember in the packet that came to us for January's board meeting, there was the history that Ron had compiled of the, I don't remember how many total there are municipalities who've done this.
6.
Yeah. So that data still applies, that's in that packet of materials as well. So I'm gonna wrap it up unless there's something else anybody wants to add, feels the need to add. With these couple of thoughts, if you think of something else that there's a question that you want an answer to, get it to us as soon as you can, either to me or to Steve. Because what we're working on is having this, plan, this packet of information for